What if Naruto was a kind soul destroyed by Konoha? That is the title of today's story. Hey, what's up guys, it's Apollo Uchiha here and welcome back to my channel. Now before continuing this story, a few things. This is a dark story, so yeah, heads up. Most of you guys say that I don't, give a warning or anything. This is the disclaimer. I'm literally saying it. And moving onwards, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel and follow me on my Meta What If channel as well. Now this is, in a twisted sense, dark story. I got inspired, I'm gonna tell you a bit, by watching, animal rescue videos. So you already know that this story can take a drastic turn, especially for pet owners. So yeah, you have been advised. Now before continuing this, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel and follow me on my Meta What If channel as well. And without any further ado, let's begin with our today's story. Our story begins in October 9th. Winter was setting in Konoha, as the weather in the evening and early morning was getting close. So much so that the people closed the curtains and windows of their homes alongside their doors and have lit up lights which kept the whole house warm. The streets were barren and empty. The only thing that walked them was the strays, cats, dogs alike. And amongst them walking was 4-year-old Naruto Uzumaki, a child whose clothes were covered in dirt, and so was his face. But in his hand was a few chunks of food and bread, and he had a smile on his face, and innocence in his eyes. He was humming a tune while walking towards an alleyway, and he turned. Right there was a dumpster on the closed alleyway, and behind it was a cardboard box, a huge one in which the boy settled down and placed all that he was carrying, except for half piece of bread that he kept in his hand. Come on guys, you can eat up. I brought the food. It took a while, much longer than I usually take, so I hope you don't mind. As suddenly, a few stray kittens as well as a mama cat arrived, which Naruto had named Neko-chan. And not only that, there was a stray dog as well named Muku, and he arrived as well. He wagged his tail and the cats purred and slow blinked as Naruto patted them as well as sat next to them while feeding them. Come on you guys. It's getting cold. Maybe we should, lit up a fire or something. And so Naruto went out to gather a few sticks. While doing so, Naruto ran into someone. They were the people of Konoha, the worst kind, drunkards. Huh? What do we have here, boys? We found ourselves the damn demon. Hick, said the man, who was obviously drunk. He had a slur in his tone, and he couldn't even point straight. Naruto's breath was hitched. He knew one thing, and that was whenever he saw people like them, he needs to run and run fast. So he arrived back at the alleyway and tried his best to take away the cat who was resting there, and the kittens, and even the dog. We have to get out of here, come on. As Naruto tried to grab the cat, a bottle hit nearby him and the glass shattered, causing the cat as well as the dog to bolt. The kittens remained there. Naruto stood protectively in front of them. Please, don't hurt me. I don't know what I did to you, but please. I was just looking for some wood sticks to burn. Burn? Haven't you burned our homes and lives already enough? What more do you want from us? Damn demon. But luckily, this time, it wasn't a beating. It wasn't a cursed out battle or anything, or a running and chasing scene. An old voice was heard. What the hell do you think you people are doing? As Naruto froze, and so did the men, because on the other side of the alleyway was Hiruzen Sarutobi, who was taking a late night stroll just because he couldn't sleep or rest. And here he was, now standing in an alleyway where he saw grown men who were drunk cornering a kid. From the looks of it, an abandoned one or an orphan who was living in an alleyway. He had questions for the Modric of orphanage later, but right now he needed to deal with them. Anbu, arrest these men for harming an innocent child. We're not harming an innocent child, he's a demon. And at that moment, Hiruzen realized. Wait, Naruto? Yes, it's Naruto, sir. Hiruzen came close. As soon as he did, Naruto realized who this was. This was the most important man in the village. The third Hokage. Third Hokage-sama, how do you... Don't you dare speak his name, boy. Enough. Arrest these men. As the Anbus appeared from the shadows and took these men away. Hiruzen appeared in front of Naruto, saw him, and was shocked. My dear boy, you look like you have been living here for months. Since last year's September, actually. Said Naruto with a sad smile on his face. What? Why? Weren't you supposed to be in the orphanage? I was there, but the Madre said that if I stay here, the others might get hurt. And told me to never come back. Said Naruto as he looked down, but the smile never left. Aren't you sad? Said Hiruzen, seeing this. No, I found my own family, I guess. As the cat appeared and now was running around in Naruto's legs, snuggling. As a dog's yip was heard as well. Hiruzen noticed, and then noticed the small squeals of the kittens as well. The kittens, which were 3 of them there. Hiruzen was shocked and smiled as well. It seems that you have, my dear boy. How about we get you somewhere warm for the night? Really? Yes, why not? And so, Hiruzen brought Naruto at his home. His daughter-in-law, whose husband had died, Hiruzen's older son and Asuma's older brother, his wife, gave him a bath. And not only that, Naruto later insisted that his cats as well as their kittens and the dog also were given one. And so they did. Next morning, Hiruzen brought in some cat food as well as some dog food for the cat as well as the dog as well. Naruto dined with them. As Hiruzen said, I've talked with the council, Naruto. The people won't bother you. All you have to do is stay in the apartment, your own home. But what about Muku and Neko-chan and her kittens? They can stay with you in your home, but you have to take care of them. We will allow you a payment staple of a month from which you can buy your own groceries as well as the cat as well as the dog's groceries. And Anbu will help you in the beginning for a year or so to make sure you get to know everything before you are ready to live on your own. Thank you, Hokage-sama. And so now we see, after eating everything up, Naruto was taken there by an Anbu. Hiruzen said that he would visit soon, as Asuma, who was at home, then spoke, breaking the ice that has been built since Naruto arrived. How can Konoha do this to him? You do know who his father is, right? That man died saving our lives, and his son is scraping for food like some stray in the streets. I know, Asuma. As Hiruzen's fist clenched while seated on the table. The people who are behind this, I swear to God, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this and make them pay. You always say that, father. Let's make sure that this time you do. Trust me, Asuma. I am gonna try. And so, Naruto was shocked on the other side as he moved to a new place. It was a single room, single kitchen, and attached bathroom apartment, which was more than enough for Naruto and his little critter friends. Naruto brought in a bed for the cat first, alongside a dog, and a lot of cat food and dog food. So much so that 80% of the staple went that way. Aren't you going to buy something for yourself? No, Inu-san, said Naruto to the Anbu, whose code name was Inu. I have more than enough. I can survive on the food that I hunt. You don't need to, Naruto. You're under Konoha's care now. You are a kind soul, though, I must say. How about I give you a gift? Anything you want on me. As Naruto found an orange jumpsuit. You like that? I know it's weird, but I kind of do. And so, the Anbu went and bought it for Naruto. Sorry they didn't have your size, so you might have to fold it a bit. It's good. In a sense, I can wear it when I grow out, right? I guess so. And so, now we see Naruto was dropped out at home. If you need anything, I'm just an arm's length away, Naruto. Thank you, Inani-san. As the door closed shut, we see the Anbu took off his mask. His hand went to his eyes and they were drenched as he wiped them. You're taking too much on yourself, Kakashi-senpai, said a voice from behind him. Denzo, you need to go and rest. I know that you feel sad and all that. No, not here. And so, now we see Kakashi arrived. Tenzo followed him still, from his own team of Anbu Squadron. Kakashi's other friends noticed as well that he was in a bad state again, mentally. He would cry as well when he was on his own and nobody was seeing. And finally, his best friend Guy had had enough. Come on, Kakashi. Just one challenge. Not now, Guy. As everyone was gathered at the Broken Kunai bar, when this conversation was going on. Come on, Kakashi. Stop being such a weird and let down. I said enough, Guy, said Kakashi, raising his voice and destroying the bottle in his hand. Kakashi, calm down. I know that you're pissed enough. You don't understand. None of you do. Then tell us, said Guy, looking serious. We are your friends, Kakashi. Fun and all games aside, I am seriously worried about you and your mental state, my friend. He's my sensei's son. He lived such a harsh life, and yet all he does is smile, even when he is sad. I don't get it why he's such a kind soul. But if something happens to him, I swear to God, I'll make sure that what Kyuubi did, it may look like a child's play to this village, said Kakashi as he wiped his tears and chugged down another bottle of beer there and destroyed it before leaving, paying up his tab. Anko and the others stood there. This was for the first time after all that trauma that Kakashi has went through that Kakashi left an outburst, and this shook them. While on the other side, Naruto and his critter friends, Neko-chan as well as her kittens who were still young, and Muku were quite happy. Time began to pass by. Naruto was raising them there happily, and was also bringing in other strays as well, such as a fox and other critters and cats. Soon Naruto's home and apartment was a sanctuary for all of them. More than 60 cats and whatnot, and a few dogs, who were all well behaved and didn't cause any trouble. And Naruto, well, he adored them. He even began to work hard to get something for them, by hunting fishes and whatnot, so that all the load wouldn't go to the table that was allowed to him. He even made his budget only 10%, while the 90% of the budget that was given to him by Konoha monthly was going to the cats and as well as the dog. And even still then, he had hard time. He would stay hungry throughout the day and only eat one meal or a fish that he hunted, while the remaining he captured would come back to them. Hiruzen was noticing this as well, and was visiting him regularly to check up on him twice a week. And because of that, Naruto would go out and eat a lot when he offered to buy him food. Hiruzen didn't mind though, because he knew that Naruto, living alone at such a young age and raising so much cats and as well as animals, were happy. If anyone was happy and willing to help and even contribute to Naruto's staple to make his life easier, it was Inuzuka clan, because they loved Ninkenpumps, their dogs, and had huge kennels, and even helped and guided Naruto and treated all the cats that he brought for free. And Tsunami, he was happy and proud amongst the others to be the one to help out their dead friend's child. Hiruzen was grateful And Zumi said to him, "You don't need to be grateful. And we're simply returning the favor of Kushi-chan and Minato. Both of them have done so much for us. As friends and as Kage. It's the least of the least things we can do." As now we see, Naruto reached at the age of 8 and was now admitted into the academy. Even while there, he was focusing and learning hard because he promised his Gigi, whom now he called to Hiruzen, that he would learn and become the most genius shinobi, not to become the Hokage, not to become someone who would rule over power, but to become rich enough so that he would be able to build a sanctuary for all the animals and orphans, so they don't have to sleep outside, so they don't have to starve, they don't have to feel unloved. And Hiruzen, he was happy, so much so that he even hid some tears that he wiped away. But not everything was like this. The council was pissed beyond reasoning. For different reasons. The elders, for instance, was pissed because this was the Jinchuriki of Konoha. Jinchurikis are the properties of a village, a shinobi village. They are meant to be the last line of defense and first line of attack if an enemy releases their own biju. And they were getting sick by Hiruzen's treatment of babying the Jinchuriki. You need to harden him. What if Kumo or Kiri attacks us? What will you do then? He is the property of Konoha. You can't treat him like a child. He is being babied way too much. Well, the civilians wanted the demon and his pests outside because they were causing biohazard as well as air pollution around. As Hiruzen, up until now, was capable of holding them off. But as time progressed, from then on, as Naruto studied in the academy and reached closer to graduation, things were escalating and escalating fast. People began to throw rocks at Naruto, as well as his home. Naruto had made sure that he was able to learn Fuinjutsu arts so that he could be able to build barrier seals for his home, in which resided his family. Naruto, in the end, was able to graduate with barely possible marks and whatnot, by making a clone as well. Naruto was happy, and so was Hiruzen. Naruto had bought a lot of cat food from the prize money that he has gotten from Hiruzen for trying his best and doing hard work to buy out canned tuna as well as dog food and other cat food so that he could help share his happiness with his critter friends that have been living with him in his home and he has been taken care of. But as he was walking there with Hiruzen, something happened. Huge explosion and fire. Some cats jumped out. They were in flames. Naruto was able to rescue them and they were able to be sent to hospital, but because of the severe burns and everything else, they couldn't survive. Naruto was shattered. The family that he had gained, he had built, it was destroyed. So much so that at the age of 13, the day he graduated, he had a heart attack. Because his little heart couldn't take it anymore, the pain that he had endured, all that hatred that Konoha was throwing at his kind heart and soul. And at that moment, something shattered within him. Naruto, that was kind, after that heart attack, changed. He was like a lifeless body, gone in shock. So much so that even within the mindscape, when Yamanaka clan, the Mindworkers clan, arrived, they couldn't find anything, just Naruto still, and the Biju monitoring it from afar with sad eyes. "You destroyed him," was the only thing that the Biju said as Inoichi Yamanaka arrived back to the real world and informed the council and the Hokage. Tsunami was, alongside the Inuzuka clan, the most pissed and were the ones who, without even the Hokage's order, took the mission to hunt down those sick fucking bastards who did this. And they were hunted down, yes, like a predator hunting down their prey, and tortured before being killed publicly to make a message clear: nobody harms a fucking stray animal, big or small. from the kids all the way to the adults. It was clear no harming the strays, or Inuzuka clan might revolt. Even the council couldn't stop them. No, they couldn't. The civilian council that thought that had all the power finally went to the daimyo, only for the daimyo to lash out on them because his wife had a cat as well. And realizing that they burned down an apartment complex with fucking 60 cats inside, alongside some dogs and foxes, he was beyond pissed in order for their execution. And the civilian council members who were involved were executed as well. With Naruto's condition, it wasn't getting any better. Inuichi was trying his best, and at that moment, something was tried. A pup born from the Inuzuka clan from the kennels was taken. It was weak like Naruto and had been abandoned and rejected by his mother. It whimpered next to Naruto. And Naruto, his hands twitched. Seeing that moment, both Inuichi and the doctor suggested that they need to keep Naruto close to him. Naruto is trying to fight out of the state of shock. And within an hour or so, through sheer willpower, as Inuichi had mentioned in this report, Naruto got up and cried heavily while holding on to the dog, and only saying, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry I left you there," again and again. Hiruzen was there trying to calm him, but even he knew that what Naruto has lost was much more than just a family. They were the companions that was there for him when he was all alone and just a kid who did not knew any better. And whatnot. When asked Naruto what does he feel, Naruto said that he wants to protect him. And that is when Tazumi arrived, and he told Naruto that it was an infant pup. It will bond with Naruto since now it has taken an imprint of him. And so, Naruto was happy, but even more happy and attached when he found out that he was like him, an abandoned, unclaimed one. So now they both claimed one another. Time began to pass by. Naruto's mental state got better and he was back on his feet. And the pup was growing up. Naruto named him in honor of his previous pup that he found, Muku. And so time began to pass by. Naruto was now back on his feet and doing missions with the Team 7 as well, taking Muku with him everywhere. He was afraid, very afraid the people of Konoha would do something. He was even distrustful towards Inuichi now, because he had felt betrayed by people of Konoha. As now we see, after the whole Land of Waves fiasco and even the Chunin exams in which Naruto fought for Konoha and Hiruzen died, things changed. While Naruto and Jiraiya, Naruto's new ally, went to find Tsunade, the plan was beginning to hatch within Konoha, a revolt plan by the elders. And once the two students of the third as Naruto arrived, the civilians, to be calmed and be happy, the dog was taken and executed in front of the people and burnt, while Naruto had to watch tied and screaming. And Jiraiya and Tsunade, all they could do was scream as well, because Konoha had made a mistake. And this, Inuichi was pissed at, because Naruto, he was his patient, someone who was his friend's child, someone who he couldn't help before, but now after studying his case, he was happy that Naruto was normal, but now he was too far gone, and the Yamanakas weren't any better. They were going to attack until it happened. Black chakra was released, like a goo covering all over Naruto's body. His eyes turned red, bloodshot red. Not even an eye dot, which was black, was visible. Just plain red, and all covered in darkness, pitch black darkness. Naruto's cries were turned into heavy breathing sound. You all will pay. You monsters. If there can't be light and kindness, then there will be darkness. And what followed suit was, the whole village was engulfed in darkness. And then, the dark circle shrinked. Jiraiya and Tsunade witnessed alongside him that only the Inuzuka clan and the Yamanaka clan was spared. The rest were wiped out clean like they never existed, except for a given few people like the Ichiraku Ramen guys and his daughter and his store and even the third Hokage's family and Inuni-san, this, which was turns out to be his Kakashi sensei. Naruto, calm down please. No, everyone is taken from me. They didn't have to die. They were just animals trying to live, like all of us. Why did you kill them? Why did they kill them? As Naruto shedded black tears. It was too much. As Inuichi then arrived. What is that, Inuichi? I don't know. As Inuichi went inside his mindscape and immediately came back out. What is it? Yubi's rage. It combined and mixed with its chakra and Naruto's chakra and rage. And this creature is formed. Yubi is scared, at the same time sad for what has happened to this child. We can save him, right? I don't think we can, Jiraiya. What Inuichi is saying is that he's mentally destroyed. There's no stopping him. As Naruto walked out of Konoha, or a place that was now just a crater, which was supposed to be Konoha except for a few human things. Where is he going? Said Jiraiya. I don't know. As Inuichi began to cry, I don't know. We did this. We could have protected him, stopped this from happening, but we didn't. I'm just gonna take care of my family and clan somewhere safe. I suggest you do the same, Izumi-san. Of course. That is what I'm going to do. And they took the body, the burnt one, of the dog and buried it somewhere safe. While Naruto, which was no longer Naruto, continued. A few months passed as the news began to circulate that a black creature with red eyes had been seen, a humanoid, and it has destroyed village after village. Those who were being oppressed or have been hurt and harmed and in any way misused were liberated. They were the ones who were questioned because they were the only ones left alive in the villages. The rest were dead. One after the other. That is until Akatsuki got the wind of it and arrived after finding out what truly has happened and who this creature was. And they tried to hunt it down, but in the end they too had perished. Because this thing was not Naruto, not the Kyuubi, it was something made out of their grief, broken heart and mind, as well as soul. It was the grief of those animals that have lost Naruto too. His family. As now we see, Naruto was only stopped when Kyuubi, seeing this and wiping his tears away, ripped out the seal on his own, causing Minato and Kushina to appear and bring Naruto to awareness out of his stupor. And after listening to his story and calming him down, Naruto returned to normal and was now sleeping, tired, as Jiraiya, who has been tracking him down, arrived and picked him up. I hope you rest well now, Naruto. You've done enough, my son. As he looked towards the sky and hid his tears, while biting his lips, I'm gonna make sure that I stand up to be the godfather you wanted me to be, Minato. And Kushina. Don't worry, Sensei. I'll make sure that he stays safe. And so, Jiraiya walked away, with Naruto cradling in his arms as the new sun was rising. As this is where I'm going to be leaving the story of, guys. I hope you like this one, or are not traumatized by this one. I hope at least. Anyways, yeah, I know some of you guys who are pet owners might hate me, but to be honest, from a realistic point of view, if we put it in fiction perspective, if Naruto was left in the streets, he, being a kind kid as he was early on, before wearing on the mask of the, prankster and all that, would have really loved the kittens and cats and fox and dogs and whatnot, and maybe even became their family. And Konoha being Konoha, well, those guys are dicks to him and they're just, animals who can't speak. Perfect targets to take out their rage and get back at Naruto. An unfortunate event, and what if that was stuck in my head that I released. So yeah, please don't hate me too much because my mind is kind of twisted and fucked up. I I admit it. Anyways, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel and follow me on my Meta channel as well. If you have any suggestions, recommendations, leave them in the comment section down below. As this is Apollo Uchiha, and I'm signing off for the day. Peace.